Did I literally just forget how to crochet? Oh my god! Ah! Hi, I'm Sylvie and welcome back to another video. Now this one is extremely exciting because not only are we doing another crochet tutorial, we are recreating this look from Tate McRae's sports car video. And why am I doing this, you might ask? Because I'm going to the concert. So I did go to Michael's. I don't love getting yarn from there, but whatever. And I picked up this classic cotton big ball. It's just from Loops and Threads. I didn't know that they had this. I guess this is going crazy as a new product right now in Michael's because there were no colors left. It was pretty much just this. So I had to go for these little guys here. This is the closest I could pretty much find going off of this as my inspo photo. So the way that I'm planning to do this is, I don't know. I was thinking I wanted to make sort of like a lining first and then crochet onto the pieces, or I'll attach the lining afterwards. But the problem with attaching a lining onto a crochet piece is that if you do it incorrectly, the crochet stretches, but the lining does not. So then it actually looks really frumpy, and that's not what you want for a corset. That is an issue that I encountered when I was making my wedding dress. If you guys have not seen that series, I recommend that you go check it out. I had to rip it all out of this, and that is something that I'm hoping I can learn from my mistakes and not recreate. And speaking of learning from my mistakes, much like my wedding dress, this project absolutely put me through it. Like I cannot put one more stitch into this pattern. Like I'm at my wit's end with this whole endeavor. Struggled through this project. Mentally. As a crafter, I definitely use crochet or sewing as an outlet, but sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming. And that is why I am so excited to be working in paid partnership with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that provides mental health services. Yes, crafting can help, but sometimes when you're playing yarn chicken, your bobbin thread runs out, or you're frogging after a gazillion hours of work, you need a different outlet. And this is where BetterHelp comes in. A therapist will listen, ask questions, and help you see things from new perspectives. They can give you advice and techniques to make positive changes in your life. BetterHelp is the paid partner of this video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Fill out a questionnaire and you'll be matched with a therapist as soon as possible. And you can also switch therapists at any time at no cost, so if it's not the right match, you can find the right match. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. So if you're interested, click the link in the description to check out BetterHelp and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Now for the pattern, I have gone ahead and I used Stitch Fiddle and I made this. So you guys can feel free to screenshot it and use it for yourselves. I just created a pattern that would connect so that I could just use it seamlessly as I crochet my pieces. Let's just get into it. Today's June 3rd. I'm looking at my reference photo. It looks like it's a triangle piece on either side here. The bodice, I guess, like the middle, comes sort of out like that and then back in. I'm not too sure how I want to do the boning. Clearly she's extremely supported in there and I'm crocheting. But I think what I want to do right now is just work on that triangle piece and go from there. If you hear panting, that's my dog because it's 30 degrees outside and we just went for a walk. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's how I'm gonna start. Oh, I don't even have a crochet hook. As I've showed you, here is my chart that I printed out, and obviously because it's a triangle, it's gonna be a little bit different with how I do this, but this is 20 stitches wide, and I don't think that this triangle is going to be 20 stitches wide, maybe 10. So what I'm gonna do for the triangle piece is maybe start at like 11, let's say, and sort of work my way up while increasing so that I can make the triangle piece. And I'm just gonna be sort of like fitting it on my body as I go. This is just very freehand crochet. All right, I'm back with my hook. I'll show you guys what I'm using. So you guys always ask where I get my hook from. This is from @sewing_stuff_ Instagram. All of these are asking for a 4mm hook, so that is why I went with my trusty 4mm. Only going to chain 2 here, and then ooh, what stitch do I want to use for this? I'm just gonna do single crochet. I think this is gonna take a while and it's gonna take quite a bit of yarn. It's gonna be thicky. I'm gonna do single crochet. I'm gonna single crochet in the very first chain. This is gonna take so long. The color work begins. Now I need to choose which side is the right side and which side is the wrong side because I'm gonna crochet over my ends so that I cover everything as I go. I'll check in with you guys once I have a little bit more, but here's what it's looking like right now with the color changes. It's a little bit crazy, but I think it's gonna work. It's 30 degrees, so This is my water. This is what this is looking like right now. It's just kind of crazy because like obviously color work. I hate doing color work. I don't know why I do it. Every time I choose to do it again, I'm like, why am I ever doing this? Obviously these are tangled and I need to untangle, but here's what it's looking like right now. So we can actually see the cheetah print sort of coming together. The white yarn is definitely thicker than the other two, so I feel like it's making more of an appearance, but it is what it is. Here's what the back's looking like. I'm not hiding anything, but it is neat. So I think we're doing pretty darn good. But basically I increased on either end up till I had 6 stitches, and then I've just been doing a row of single crochets and then a row with increases on either end every single time. So this is the shape that it's giving me, and I think I'm gonna keep increasing for a couple more rows. Welcome to my gazebo. Here's what I got done. So once I got to 16 stitches across, I stopped and I just kept going up. This is already awful. Here's what it sort of looks like on. The reason why I didn't make it taller than this is because I'm thinking that I'm gonna put some boning around each piece and definitely at the top to give it that whole look. So I know that there's gonna be a couple of extra stitches that come in when I sew all the pieces together. I'm thinking I'm gonna use some sew through boning and I'm gonna attach each piece onto boning. And then I'm gonna go on top of it and like zigzag stitch so that the boning doesn't slide out. Here's the second piece. Here are both of the pieces together. Welcome to my craft room. It is a little bit later, but I do still have some steam in me to keep on keeping on. Do you want to trial this boning thing? Now, don't judge me. But here's a giant heap of boning. So I'm just gonna do it with one side of the triangle. I'm gonna measure about the same length of it. Going to grab my white yarn, start by making a slip knot, and I'm gonna crochet over. There you go. There you go. Okay, okay. Did I literally just forget how to crochet? I feel like I just did. Single crochet around this entire thing. Also, this is super easy. I mean, well, this is rectangular, so a little bit less, but if you guys are crocheting like over something, just like crocheting over your ends. I'm making sure that these are super, super close together, like all these stitches, so that it covers the boning. I'm already going crazy and I haven't even like finished making this. Okay, here's what this is looking like right now. So it looks crazy, and also there's like a bunch of stitches on top. So what I think that I'm gonna do is push the stitches to the front and then I'll sew through the sides. You'll see. It might just be easier to not sew it. But you know what? We're just gonna try because I don't care. So let's get this width like way up. Like we're gonna go with it like a 6, the length at a 2. We're gonna back her up and then we're just gonna slowly do this. I am sewing this side and then my needle goes onto the boning that I just made. I cannot believe that this is working. No way! That worked honestly perfectly. Like, I don't know if you guys can see how amazingly this is attached on there. That is secure. That is secure. Wait! Okay, this is gonna be so sturdy. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna have to crochet so much to cover all of this for all the boning eventually. I am waking up this morning and waking up to the love that you guys gave me on part 1 of the videos. Like I'm just doing like a series. For those of you that are just watching this on YouTube, I'm just posting it as like some sort of mini series. Oh my god, I'm out of breath from going up the stairs. You guys have been liking it so far, so I'm excited for that. What I'm noticing that I might want to change that is more apparent in the video than in real life, this side with the crochet on it looks messier than this side. This side doesn't have stitches showing, whereas this side where the boning is has the stitches showing. So I'm not really sure what I want to do. I thought in the first place was that it sort of gives it that like crochet look. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna seam rip it. I'm gonna try just to see what it looks like. Okay guys, you gotta tell me, does that look better? Or did I just make a mistake? Here's the crochet side on the other side. Well, the stitch side on the other side. I don't know. I think it looks cleaner. I do think it takes away that sort of crochet look, but at the same time it doesn't because it's still the same yarn. And I know that Oh my gosh, this camera is so tilted. I know that it's single crochet. I know that I single crocheted over this, so we'll just stick with the neat edge because I actually really like it. I'm gonna have so many ends to sew at the end. I should really just stop and sew them in right now, but I don't want to. Got my coffee this morning. I was sort of thinking, so because this goes here, this is kind of like a dart, if anything. I'm gonna need this to be just a little smaller and then this to go out wider up until the point. It's like the front piece kind of goes in, then back up. So I'm gonna most likely start it like at the correct width for the hip, go up, and then straight, and then out for the triangle. Oh my gosh. I have chained 40, so that's gonna be this whole bottom. My graph is 20 stitches wide. I'm gonna have to repeat my graph twice. I did make it so that it connects on the side, but like, It's a few hours later. I'm a little bit upset at myself because it seems like her corset, the pattern sort of like, okay, we're still drinking water. The pattern resets, I guess, in the middle, like it mirrors itself in the middle. And because I started with those 40, so with the perfect amount to have half and half, I could have just done my pattern and then mirrored it on the other side. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to frog everything and restart. Ugh! It's now much later. You are hearing my microwave work because I'm making myself some supper. I went to a cafe and I worked on this, which is a crazy thing to do in public. Don't bring tapestry crochet in public. It was very hard to manage. Here's what the back is looking like right now. It's actually not that crazy. It's pretty neat. I'm here. This is what I have. I'm gonna do maybe 5 more rows and then I'm gonna start tapering it inwards. This is taking quite a bit of time. It's already June 18th. I'm watching the new season of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders documentary and finally picked this corset up again. Here's what I've got this morning. I finished the cinching in part and I started the part that's gonna go up straight, and then the motif is finally mirrored. We can start to see the effect of it. This is my 21 rows. I'm definitely gonna have to do that multiple times, but I think it's gonna look really good with the pattern mirroring. It's now July 10th. I've not worked on this nearly as much as I thought that I would. I don't know what it is. It's the color work that is completely draining me, but I finished the main piece. So check this out. Definitely looks like cheetah, and I really like it. It's at the hip where I want it to go, and it covers all the way up to sort of like that top boob line. I'm just sew this onto here, which I will do, and then I think I'm gonna add that piece of boning that should go here, and then maybe I'll do the same with the other triangle. That should have sort of shaped the top once I get this together. So that's the plan. I need to somehow remember what my settings were even at. Let's just go for it, I guess. Ugh. It looks really good. It is very stiff, I guess, like structurally sound. Here's what I got done. We got this little triangle on there, and then I have this piece on the side that I also wanted to attach. It's actually quite nice. Like, it fits really nicely at the top. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna shape these side pieces here, but we're finally getting somewhere. It is July 19th. Have I worked on this since last time? Absolutely not. I don't know what it is. I just can't get myself to work on this. This will be a straight piece pretty much. July 22nd. What you're hearing in the background is me rewatching Popstar Academy. But anyway, here's what I've done. So I did this side panel. So this is 40 rows to match this 40 rows. And then this is 20 rows, or no, sorry, 18, because this was 18, that I just decreased basically every 3rd row. And yeah, here's my progress. So I sewed this little bit on. This was that straight bit that I was showing you guys earlier, and it actually did take pretty nice shape. Not gonna lie, I'm very proud of myself. The back, not that messy. And here's what it looks like. Oh. So now I just have to do it all over again on the other side. It's August 9th. August 9th. Need I remind you the concert is August 22nd. Here's what I got done. Got this done, and then the 2 other pieces are still downstairs, but they are the back pieces. With these pieces, as you can see, it only reaches the side. So what I'm missing is 1 more triangle here, and then 1 sort of side piece. And then I'm gonna attach the back pieces on and then the zipper, and hopefully I'm done with that. I don't know how long that's gonna take me, and I don't know if I'm feasibly gonna be able to make the shorts, which I kind of just want to start now, but also I feel like I should finish this first. That doesn't include all the boning. But what I did receive in the mail, so in the video she's got her shoe that she's kind of lifting up like that, and Tate McRae's kind of known now for repopularizing the kitten heel. So I got a little kitten heel. It doesn't have an open toe, but I couldn't find anything that was kind of similar on Amazon. These are actually really comfortable and they really weren't that expensive. Are they the same print as this? No, but close enough. The other thing that I got are these gloves, because I obviously wasn't gonna make crochet gloves. That would take way too long and I think it'd be super uncomfortable and thick. Gloves, perfect. Are they a perfect match? Again, no. Who cares? It's a costume. The other thing we received is this. This will be for Riley's outfit. It's just like a little baseball jersey. I'm gonna be using my Cricut machine to print out like a T8. I did it. Here's what I did. Also, I don't know, I hate using the Cricut thing sometimes because like the iron-on can be super finicky, but we got the cute little Tate on the front, and I have the McRae with the Tate on the back. From here, I'm going to be decreasing 10 rows because I made the back portion lower, just because obviously I have an armpit. From this triangle, I'm gonna be decreasing 10, and I'm gonna be making... Did you hear my shoulder just crack? Anyway, I'm gonna be making it the width of my like armpit here. This is how I measure when I freehand my crochet. Okay, I kind of speedy finished this one extra piece. So as you can see, it goes down. I used 15 rows to decrease, or I guess to increase because I started at the top. 15 rows to get myself from, I started at literally just one stitch and then I went all the way out to that 10. I ended up with 10, which I don't know if it'll be too small, but like I said, I would rather it stretch. I think this will fit perfectly actually. Ugh, this lighting is horrendous. Let me show you what I got going on because we are finishing this today. You guys saw this and you saw that there's this awkward gap, or maybe I didn't show you, but there's this little kind of awkward gap because I guess I decreased too much and that's frustrating to me. So instead of redoing everything, I just crocheted this teeny tiny little triangle that's gonna fit in here. So I need to put boning on either side of that. I ended up undoing here because I forgot that there needs to be a hip triangle as well, which makes sense because we want the waist snatched and we want room on the waist. So I crocheted little triangles that will fit in here on either side. So I'm also gonna need to do the boning for that. My friend's gonna come pick me up and we're gonna go to Fabricland so that I can finally get a zipper. We're gonna put a zipper on the back of this thing and it's gonna be done. Isn't that crazy? It's gonna be done! It's the 16th, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. The concert's on the 22nd. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to finish shorts on time. This triangle fits, and now I've put this piece of boning on, which means that I can attach my zipper, which I found at Fabricland. It's just 30 centimeter zipper that will fit perfectly, and the end is already complete. I'm just gonna need to fold the top over, which is mildly annoying. I mean, come on, look at that. It is so clean. This looks gigantic. It looks huge. Oh my God, I'm scared. Wait, that fits. The top here needs to be adjusted. Okay. I think I fixed it. I'm gonna crochet over the entire top so that it makes a nice straight edge. Today is like the end of the 17th and the concert's on the 22nd, which gives me 4 days. Today, this morning, I started the shorts. It's a lot of color changes and I'm completely freehanding the design now. Also, I'm not freehanding the shorts. The shorts are a pattern. They are the Sweet Cheeks Bloomers pattern by Vinique Moon, or at by Vinique on Instagram. It's made to be meant, what? It's meant to be made, oh my goodness, I'm already losing it, with double crochet, so I'm adjusting it with single crochet. I have 2 days left after today to finish this, and it looks... I had to really squeeze into this, and you can't tell because I'm wearing pajama pants, but I'm coming out of the top and the bottom of this, but you know what? Right, so freehanding was not a good idea now, because this, as you can see, this looks like men's underwear, I suppose. Oh my god. Unacceptable! Okay, today's the 20th. My goal is to finish these shorts, or at least the like shell of them. The thing with these shorts, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, I'm using the Bloomers pattern by Vinique. This is a great pattern. I just had to alter it because I did everything with single crochet. So if I were to have done double crochet like this pattern uses, my cheetah print would look super different. And that's okay, I knew that going into it. Because of that is why I went off course, like I went off pattern because I was getting a little bit fed up. Like I cannot put one more stitch into this pattern. Like I'm at my wit's end with this whole endeavor. Like the only reason that I'm doing it is because I started it and my goal is to have it done for the concert. If I had no end goal with this, I wouldn't have finished it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I have no motivation with this. I've had no motivation this whole time. I'm so sorry that this vlog has become so kind of like negative towards this project. It's just, I don't want to, like, I'm just being real with you guys. And that happens a lot with projects. If you're a crocheter, you know. But anyway, all that to say, the shorts pattern is actually great. It's just because I went in and I modified a whole bunch of stuff. This is the front, and then you can see the back peeking through because I went in and I started like adding more length to the back, and that's where there's that pocket that I was telling you guys about that I think looks wonky. Just gonna keep on decreasing until it reaches like the crotch width that I want, and then connect it at the front, and it's gonna make shorts. So, you know, we are getting somewhere with these. I've just, yeah, struggled through this project. Mentally, not physically. Actually physically, because it's just a lot of hours of sitting on the couch and it kind of hurts my back. But anyway, whatever. Right now, it's giving diaper. With that said, I have placed my final stitch. Anyway, it's giving diaper. I'm discouraged, but I'm gonna try to sew this together. Hey guys, it is the morning of. Just finished the shorts. Now I will say, I don't love the back of them or the side of them, but from the front, this is working. Like I actually cannot. I don't like the side very much. I don't like how I made it go like up. And then I don't really like the back because there's too much fabric on the butt, so it looks a little weird, but I'm really happy with this. I'm probably just gonna chuck on some baggy sweatpants because that's another Tate style with this corset, and then for photos, I'll just take off the sweatpants. And I cannot believe that I did this. I feel like if I use the same pattern as this on the shorts instead of freehanding it, then they would be a little more dense. Like the corset, I think we all know that I'm not redoing this, especially because the concert is tonight. This is it. This is what we're wearing at the concert. I just got some Adidas sweatpants because we all know that I hate the shorts. Riley's got this. So this is what we're looking like at the concert. This is the fit. Literally just walked in through the door from the concert, and this is what I look like coming back. These shoes immediately came off as soon as I got into the car, but I will say kudos to Amazon. They were pretty comfortable and squishy, and they lasted me all through the night, but I was happy to take them off. This came off after I took a few pictures and videos pretty much as the concert started, just because it was quite hot. It was just like kind of coming off the boob a little bit. I didn't want to flash anybody, and I wanted to just have a good time and not worry about what I was wearing. It helps that I had bought merch pretty much right away. I had just kind of tucked it into the shorts. They're cozy. That was an amazing concert. Also, sweatpants were obviously comfortable. I got the Miss Possessive World Tour. Now we were there 2 hours before the concert started, and they only had large and extra large left, which is crazy to me. This is a small, so if you have a Tate concert coming up, just know that the merch fits larger, or at least the t-shirts do. That's actually so cozy. I love myself a large t-shirt. But that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it to this point. This was honestly such a journey to go on to. I've never pushed myself so hard to finish something. Now even my wedding dress, that was kind of fun for me to make and kind of therapeutic. And I loved it as I was making. Well, if you guys have watched that, you know there's been some crazy journeys with that dress as well, but this has just been something that I have not enjoyed working on since day one of working on it. So I'm just happy that I finished it and that I wore it at the concert. I also really want to thank BetterHelp again. I'm so thankful that they believe in a small creator like me, and if you want to use my link, it is betterhelp.com/highlevelsylvie, and that will be in the description. But on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night. Goodbye.